Guys, Britto here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019. Here we are for another episode of our Pacific Northwest dairy farm. Okay, so you might see in the background I have got the irrigation stuff working. I did have to watch a video on YouTube to help, but it's working and it's fertilizing, as you can see through here. So that's really cool. I really like how that works. That is bloody awesome. So we'll get our hard worker set up on the other field. We've got half a load of soybeans here. We'll go and have a quick look. So I think our hose is as far as it can be at the moment. As far as length goes, it's not quite getting the entire field, but you know, it's working. I can pick this up and move it as we need, which I probably will need to move it a fair way down. Looks like I will, like the other way. So let's try not to ride it. It's not meant to be a theme park ride. Let's keep going a little bit more, maybe to there, and that should be enough to sort of try not to get wet. Enough to cover the whole field, minus these little bits here, but we can touch those up. That is really cool. I mean, the textures isn't amazing, but it's still pretty bloody good. That works well. It's good sound. It's fertilizing the field. It doesn't cost us anything. Maybe it does. Our money's going down. I don't know if it's a hard worker or that as well. Could be both. So pretty much what you want to do is get the Rainstar hose here. You can press X to turn it into work mode. When you're on the field, then you can drive off the side of the field here. Bring over your Euro machine, which you can drive manually. You get in and out. You can move it as you want. You get certain distance away, pretty close, as you can see here. Then you press Q to connect, and then you press B to turn on the Rainstar, and it starts raining, starts fertilizing. So looks pretty good. I don't think we're going to have enough to sort of reach there, so we're going to need a heap of these things if we're going to do it this way, but it may not be something we do all the time, but I thought we'll check it out and see what it's like anyway. So it's quite cool. I don't mind it at all. It's a good idea, but it would be good to have proper irrigation set up that just runs up and down the length of the field. It'd be pretty cool, similar to the Washoe, Nevada map. Sort of got one sitting there, but you can't actually use it. So that's sort of what I'm thinking. Cool, just to have it run up and down the field. But that is, I mean, that's awesome. It works. It does what it says it's going to do, and it's pretty cool. Can't complain at all. So I was thinking as well, I probably want to try and fill up this silage bunker as much as possible. So try and get it completely full before we try and turn it into silage again. So it's going to take quite some time, maybe a few days to get it full, but I'd rather do it full than not do it full. Try and get it as full as possible. So we'll just leave it here until it stops taking grass out, then we'll roll forward a little bit. Do that again. Just go ever so slowly. Even if you set your speed to like 1 mile an hour or 1 kilometer an hour, it might get it the same height. You can see there I've sort of missed a little bit. Sort of trying to get everything the same height, but not that it really matters, because we can come back and go on top of this again and just make it that little bit higher again. So I'll set this guy off to continue doing his thing. We'll have a look at this the Rainmaster. We might need to move him. So we'll go drive course, cycle you through to here. This is nearly done. So what we'll do now is we'll run out, and I will pick it up and run it to the other end of the field. We'll see how we go. But this is a really, really cool thing if this works how it says it's going to work. So what I want to do is keep an eye on sort of where it's spraying. Get right to the other corner. Is that far enough? Maybe a bit further. Whoop. Probably not there. It'll be too far. Come back a little bit. So maybe there. That'll keep spraying around and we'll see how that goes. That should get the rest of that field, but that is pretty cool. I think. So our money's going down, but we've got him working and him working as well. So that could be another reason why our money is sort of dwindling a little bit. Alright, one other thing I wanted to get as well. We wanted to sort of have a look at these guys, the selling lodges. So the automat I'm not going to worry about because you need to put these guys in there. I think if we get a selling lodge, selling goods like soya, milk, eggs and potatoes. So if we just put one of these in somewhere at our farm, so our farm entrance pretty much is down here. So it's only 5,000. If it doesn't work, we can always get rid of it. So let's put this. What's that? That's where we collect our milk. That should be alright. If we put it like here somewhere, we'll come in and we'll change our textures, of course. If it's going to let me. Probably not. I know, should get all of that changed, hopefully. Although it's not liking it because of that should work. Doesn't want us to sort of paint over that, which is fine. A little bit of grass still left behind, but that'll be fine. I was going to get you and go and start emptying the thing, but how about we go do that? Can we open the door? No. Looks like we're sort of stuck inside now. Okay, let's go to here, and then we'll run over and have a look. So I really don't know how this works. Oh, there we go. What's that there? Notes. Toggle stuff on and off. There's no milk or anything. I don't know if we need to bring milk over to here. Let's go to our milk, which is there. It doesn't say there's any liters in there or anything. So I guess we'll probably have to. Actually, how's this guy going? We're still spraying. Start engine, turn on. So you got to sort of stay with it. It's a little bit frustrating. It shouldn't turn off. I know when you drive away from things they do turn off, but that really shouldn't. You don't want to have to sit there and wait for the whole thing to get done, but that is quite cool. Let me go over like this. I sort of want to get a screenshot of this thing, but it's going to be hard doing it that way. Might have to do it another way. Let's pick up our milk trailer. We'll go and fill this up. See how this thing works. I might need to YouTube this as well. Someone might have sort of done a video on like a how-to tutorial or something. Let's fill this thing up. See, I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything here. Oh, there we go. Overloading. Pretty much just a sell point. It's not too bad, I suppose. It's not great. Saves us driving a fair way, but still. I thought it might have just put all the milk in there, and then sort of every hour gave us a little bit of income by selling a little bit of the milk. But it works. It does what it says it's going to do. Not sure how the vending machines work. I'll have to look into it a bit further. Right, how's this guy going? Still spraying? Maybe. Maybe not. Still keeps turning off because I'm driving away from it. Which that's going to be annoying. That really is. But it's cool. Said it works. It's a good idea. Let's try and start unloading this guy before he gets too far away. Hopefully by the time he gets to the end of his run we'll be there, but this thing's quite slow. Might get him before he turns around if we're lucky. Right, stop. Stop, stop, stop. No. Help me, help me. There we go. That should... Still going. Right, let's cycle through to you. Go on, unload this guy. I think I'm going to get rid of those. I mean, it does work. It's pretty cool. But for me, if I want to set it up on a field, one side of the map and go and do something somewhere else, it's not going to work. So, for that instance, it's a little bit annoying. But if you've only got like a little tiny map, tiny fields, it's pretty good. It doesn't cost you anything. Money's not going down. It's going down slowly, but I don't know if it's costing us anything. Should just be using water. Yeah, money's going down like really slow, so not quite sure if our harvest is back on the move again or if it's something else. There we go. Let's go at like 0 mile an hour. That works well, doing it like that actually. Exactly the height that I wanted. There's a little bit extra height there in the middle, but doesn't matter too much. Right, we'll go back to full speed again. Work out where he'd finished. It was over here or over there? Over here, I think it was. Right, we'll go drive course again. You're still on. Should be all done now. Still running. So what I do for my good screenshots is I press the button above the tab key next to the 1 twice. Just brings up like the command. I hold tab, cycle through till you get to flight and no HUD mode. The GS toggle flight and no HUD mode. Press enter. You press Q and J together and hold Q, and it gives you like the way to be able to fly. There you go. That should have got me a decent photo. Press Q and J again to drop back to the ground. If you press that same button again twice, the little squiggly line, hold tab, go back to the same thing, and then it turns it off. So it gives you your HUD back again if you want your HUD. Get this guy out of the way. Not quite full, but I think we probably still will go and offload. So I'd like to buy a slurry tanker next, to be able to use our slurry, of course. How much is this guy? 247. So still a little bit out of our price range yet, but that'll be. I'd like to buy this as our next field, and maybe join all three of these together. Right, unload this guy here. Tip side back. Let's have a look at, set out slurry tanks. So we've got a little bit of money. I don't want to go too over the top. Like this guy is only 9 meters wide, 8,000 liters, which really isn't very good. 12 meters, 14.8. We need to get the Zuni Disc 2 if we buy that one. So they are quite expensive, I think. So 15,000, 12 meters, and that's 8,000, 9 meters. So that's probably not a bad one to go with. John Deere green. Wide tyres, normal tyres. I like the wide tyres. It's probably the one to go with for the price and stuff. It probably takes half the amount, but it'll work. Let's buy that. We'll test it out and see how it goes. If we don't like it, we can always return it, of course. I don't know if I can set up multiple courses and join them together and have him go and auto refill the slurry tank. I know in FS17 we used to be able to with course play. I'm not too sure with the FS19 version of course play. It's something I'll have to sort of have a look at, see if we can do it or not. Alright, and now with that being finished, I'm going to get rid of these. If they work, they're pretty cool, but it's quite painful at the same time. It's done, it's a pretty big area. So I think field 30 maybe not, but 11 and 12, like that would fertilize the whole thing. So if you cultivate, seed, fertilize, leave it there, have a second one for over here maybe, then once it grows to stage 1 you can turn it back on and fertilize again without having to move them, and then you want to roll them up obviously before you go back and harvest. But it's quite a good thing if you want it to be a little bit more realistic. We do games, I suppose. It'd be quite cool to do it. I think with me, like I said, with me at my new job that I've explained in the last episode, I don't have a lot of time to go too realistic at this point in time, but hopefully when the Seasons mod comes out, definitely try and go a little bit more realistic. So I've got this area here too that I want to mow, but I think I'm going to get rid of those orchards and put in our apple trees and orchard trees and stuff there, and just do our own little orchard instead of having to sort of worry about the way they have it set up. We can do our own sort of design and that sort of stuff. Right, so let's go and drop this off, and then we're gonna have to get this guy seeding, I think, on that other field over there, which I wonder if I should have kept that field 31 seeding thing so it didn't seed over the grass, because I think if I hire a worker it'll go over the whole field, the grass and all, so might have to redo that. Right, so I'll back right up to the pile, on the pile, just up to it, there we go. Start unloading. Slowly roll forward, and that should give us a really good pile. And then we'll be able to drive down the other side and get that done as well once we get a little bit more grass. Obviously at the moment we don't have any left. We're going to have to wait for it to grow the next day and go from there. So we'll drop this back off and then I'll go and grab the seeder and get this guy seeding, I think. Our harvester's finished, so we'll have to unload our harvester, go and sell the rest of those soybeans, then grab our slurry tank, and we should be able to get some slurry and start fertilizing all these fields. Let's hook this guy up. Might do something different this time. We've got soybeans, let's go with some canola this time. So what I'm thinking is I'll do a new course recording. We'll see if I can't sort of like join both these fields together with the one sort of recording to get him to seed them both at the same time. I need to move our harvester out of the way. So we drive straight through here, then hopefully he should be able to seed the whole thing. Let's move this guy out of the way. That, keep this guy going. We'll turn. Go the other way, so it's field 30 and 31, yep, that's right. Sort of make sure the same, turn this way, all the way to the end. So we'll probably, I don't know, let's go this way. It's probably not going to work overly well doing it that way. See how it works, I suppose. Swing around, head back up this way. Like this. Then we'll stop here. Go done. Save field 30/31. Seed out line. Done. We'll go field work, course generation. We'll start south east if we can, then we'll go west, so south east west. Let's go northeast. Northeast, we'll go west. 6 meters, generate the course. What? Who knows? Right, let's go start at first waypoint. Drive course. Hopefully works out pretty well. Let's get this guy out of the way. We'll go and sell this. We can leave our trailer up here somewhere. We'll bring our slurry tanker back and we'll get our harvester put away as well. As I said, sell this, get a slurry tanker, come back, start working on getting some more fertilizer down, and see how we go. We need to fertilize this field here grass field. I don't know how far the slurry is going to go. Probably not very far. From what I remember, it sort of doesn't last very long, the slurry at all. So that's why it's good to have a much bigger tank. Alright, there we go. Drop this off here. Only 12,000 that time. It's only a little bit sitting in the tank. It wasn't in the tank, in a trailer. Grab slurry tank here, and a little tiny tank. Try not to run over it. Let's jump in this guy. Get out of the way. Oh, we've still got soybeans in it. Damn it. How do we manage to do that? No idea how we managed to do that. Alright. It's probably not a good idea, but it's only a little tiny bit. Let's just get rid of it. Just nose this thing in and leave it. There we go. Bring this guy back and we'll fill him up with some slurry and see how far it goes. I don't think it's going to go overly far. I think, though, we can hire a worker. To here, slurry, it should refill from the cow barn, which would be interesting if it works or not. Never actually used that before, so I'll have to wait and see. Where's our tractor? All the way up the other end. Let's drive through and see. It's doing okay. I don't know if he's still turning on the field. Where is it? It's in here, isn't it? Turn on field, deactivated. Alright, let's go and fill this thing up and we'll see how it works. So at least we can be like self-sufficient. So our cows are producing the poop, and now we're using the poop to fertilise our fields. Fill up. 8,000 litres. See how we go. Gonna have to put the front loader attachment back on this thing, I think, and clean up our cows because they are quite dirty at the moment. Okay, so this is going to be another thing. We need to make sure we're getting the right sort of gap, I suppose. See, it doesn't give us a very wide spray, but it does look awesome. Like, the ground texture looks pretty bloody good. Like, it just gives it a bit of a shine. I think it looks great. So that's going to be taking our slurry from here. We're probably not going to have enough to do the whole field. Got a little bit of manure too, but so we're honestly probably better off stopping that and getting this field done. first. Alright, there we go. Let's line this guy up. Hire worker. My timer going off in the background. Here we go. So we're better off getting this guy doing his thing with a slurry here and seeing what happens. I think these orchards will go. I'm not going to sell them now. I think we'll wait. Maybe sell them tomorrow. Let's have a look. Beautiful. But that's, so we're going to need a heap more slurry than what we have at the moment. We'll wait and sell those tomorrow, and then we can purchase the trees. I know the trees are probably a little bit more expensive. Oh, there you go. Then again, two of those for $10,000 will give us $90 an hour for 40,000. 20,000. Sorry, $90 an hour for 2 trees for 20,000. That's $90 an hour for 4 trees for 25,000. So that'll both go to 180. That'll go to 180 as well, but it's $5,000 cheaper. And the little one, that's probably the best one to do, but I don't like the looks of it. So if we do our own, we can do an orange and an apple trees. We can do them wherever we like and do not have to stress too much. So we probably do like an apple orchard here and find somewhere else to put in an orange orchard maybe. We'll do 2 rows of orange trees, 2 rows of apple trees, whatever. But what I'd probably want to do is put like a row like this of like dark dirt and plant the trees on the dark dirt sort of thing. We'll have to sort of work out how far from here we're sort of going to go. So if we have that darkest dirt, no, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so there. Run that along. Let me go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run that along as well. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can do like a few rows of trees all along here. Hopefully not make any mistakes with our painting. If we do that, I can just paint grass back over it, so it doesn't matter too much. But so something like that will work, and then I could probably come back through and paint like tracks in and out, because that's what we're going to end up with, sort of having tracks in and out. Then again, you see how these, we hold the C, it gives us the grid to plant on, to possibly plant there, leave a gap. So we don't even need to leave a gap. Something like that. So hold C and place them down, that'll be a lot better, I think. These guys have hit each other, but we sort of need to make sure we're painting the right way, but I think we could make that work. And then we just come back and repaint over this, just with like normal grass and stuff. That, and then we can paint over this one as well. And then once we put the trees down, then we can paint the dirt lines in. At least that way we've got, it's all sort of in the same grid and it all works the same, which I think would be pretty good. We still have to we still have to come through and water and manure these trees as well. So there we go. It should continue along. We're going to get some weird patches here, but that's all good. So yeah, if we jump out and have a look, we'll run over with our F1 menu up. It should say no water, no manure. So if we can get water and manure into these trees, that'll give us water and manure will give us double, so it'll give us like $90 an hour or something. So it's pretty good. So 360, 450, 450 bucks an hour for those. We'll keep putting them down, and we're going to make a fair amount. So, rightio guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the series so far. If you want to see it continue, if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. It's been Britto. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.